Y'all see the title of this video. Now, I was gonna do an entirely different video today. Um, but I was like, you know what? After what I have seen, I'm gonna go ahead and revisit this. Because after further investigation of what I have seen, I think it is right for me to come back to this topic. Because if you didn't watch my last video on this Cynthia G and Chrisse drama, you see the title. I said a lot of stuff that, from what I saw initially. And, in that video, I said, at that time didn't watch, that started all this drama with this video. And I'm gonna get into more of what this is really about. But I didn't watch the Cynthia G live stream that, started all this drama. I didn't even watch the video. I get it was, about, you see, if some of you seen it, if not, I guess you want to go see about this black woman that was with a white man. And she was getting abused, and Cynthia G was basically saying, y'all, you got all these women out here, these like investors trying to make it seem like, oh, if you just date out interracially, everything, all your problems gonna be solved, and that's just not true, and that's obviously not true. But these women, it's a mental illness, so they got a cape for Brad, and as you see in the title, the cape for Brad. You see this picture here. This is what this is. This is the cape of Brad. They talk about the hashtag burn the cape, but yet they have the cape for Brad on. You see, they burn the cape for the knackers and put on the cape for Brad. So the foolishness that I saw, because see, like I said initially, I didn't even watch I didn't even watch that live stream. I watched the video or anything of, because Cynthia G, I believe she might still have it up, of, that woman that was with a bottom shelf Brad, and, her and basically saying, yeah, this can happen. You always talk about black men abuse. This happens with Brad too. But see, they didn't want to hear that because it's this worship. I'm going to get into this. So, Cynthia did, and I knew immediately when she made that video, that live stream, I knew what was going to happen. I knew something was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to be drama like this, but I knew that something was going to occur. I knew that something was going to come of it, because how dare you attack God, Brad, to these women? How dare you commit blasphemy? See, that's what Cynthia G did. She committed blasphemy by attacking Brad. So these women went in on Cynthia G, and I knew it was gonna occur. But like I said, after further investigation, and I decided, okay, let me go and watch this full live stream, because you gotta understand, with this drama with Cynthia G and Chrisse. Chrisse made a live stream in response to Cynthia G, and I guess even Nyla Says, and I'm gonna go into what that Nyla Says stuff is about. I'll get into it, and going after Taz and all this. But initially, I was like, okay, maybe this is about Cynthia G sets, because like I said, I didn't watch the video initially. So in my last video, when the video I made, I didn't actually watch the live stream of Cynthia G and what she might have said to Chrisse. I was just thinking she might have said something that might have been actually offensive. So I was thinking, okay, maybe she said Chrisse was, said something bad about her, like she's ugly, even though we haven't seen Chrisse. Now, there are pictures circulating where they're saying, oh, this is Chrisse. Some pictures that are circulating, they're saying, yeah, this is Chrisse. And if that is Chrisse in those pictures, well, I don't know if that's true, but if it is Chrisse in those pictures that is, circulating and people are saying that this is Chrisse, if that is Chrisse, her content makes perfect sense now. It makes sense now. It makes sense why she makes the content she does. It makes sense why, she's talking about this colorism. It will make sense. But let's just say that's not her, and it's just a rumor. Let's say that. We don't know what Chrisse looks like. Let's just say that. We don't know what Chrisse looks like. And let's say, like Cynthia G said, oh, you're ugly. Even though we haven't seen her, but let's just say, okay, oh, you're ugly. This is why you don't show your face. And let's say Cynthia G said that. this is what I was thinking initially. She might have said something to, actually attacking Chrissy in a way. And I was just like, okay, well, Chrissy's kind of justified in saying something. But at the same time, I was saying, there's no reason to condescend to the level. If Cynthia G says something offensive about you, no reason to condescend to her level. There's no reason to, go try to go in on Cynthia G. Just let it be. And I was just like, yeah, there's no reason to even talk about her. But after watching that live stream, the live stream that started all this drama with Cynthia G and Chrissy, and seeing that Cynthia G didn't even say anything really negative about Chrissy. I watched the whole live stream from beginning to end. She didn't say nothing that I would even think would be remotely offensive, and it wasn't even warranted at all, because what I was hearing, I heard nothing negative. The only thing that someone could try to make something of, because they just want to be triggered, is when she said, "Oh, Chrissy, how can Chrissy give advice to black women about marriage when she herself is engaged and she's not married?" Which is a good thing to say. I mean, that's a very okay argument to present. Like, how can you give advice on something that you are not? That's like me, let's say I want to get advice on nutrition and fitness. I would go to a nutritionist, right? And I would also go to somebody who, does fitness. And I would get advice from them because they do fitness and, they do nutrition and fitness. I'm not going to go to a mechanic for advice on nutrition and fitness. I'm not going to go to a, a farmer, or, well, let me scratch that. I'm not going to go to a mechanic for, for advice on nutrition and fitness. It doesn't make any sense. So for her to say, okay, you're not going to go to a person who's not, basically Chrissy, who's not married, and you're trying to get advice from, about marriage and stuff, and, all this shit, it doesn't make sense. And that's a very valid argument. But yet, they got to find something to start drama. See, these women love drama, and this is also about the cape of Brad. Because, see, this is what this is actually about. Because I had to see more, and after seeing it and not seeing anything negative said, I mean, this is about the cape of Brad. This is what this is about. This is about the cape of Brad. Okay, this is the cape of Brad. This is what this is. Because if you watch that live stream, in that live stream, there was one woman who continuously kept giving Cynthia G super chats. She was giving Cynthia G money. A super chat. I know what that is. You basically you pay the YouTuber money. You give him like a super chat. I guess a couple dollars, and your chat will be highlighted for the YouTuber to read. So she was continuously doing this, continuously giving money to get her comment highlighted, and she was basically triggered. A triggered dusty black woman who was triggered because, and really this had nothing to do with Chrissy, because, mind you, this really had nothing to do with Chrissy to begin with. This was about a black woman that was with a white man and how that interracial relationship failed. And, these women, they don't want to see that because they want to live in this fantasy world. So that woman was triggered over that. Now, mind you, like I said in my last video, if this was a black man, they would be kikiing and ha-haing, and he's a dusty black man. But because it is a Brad, they had to put on that cape of Brad, and they started flying like Superman, like Superwoman. They was not going to allow Cynthia G to commit blasphemy and attack God, to attack white Jesus. They committed blasphemy. The white Jesus complex. They weren't going to allow it. So they had to go in, and she was spending her own money this is how far they cape for Brad. Spending money to get a chat highlighted so you can vent your saltiness, your triggerness. And it's funny because not only is it ironic that Cynthia G, mainly her content is about basically, bashing black men, talking about black men, this black men, that. It's hilarious because that's basically all Cynthia G's content is. And then the one time she said something about Brad, this is the triggeredness that we see. And it's funny because in that same live stream, that same video, Cynthia G said that same woman that was super chatting her, all that money super chatting her triggered, that same woman, she said, was in a previous video. I think she's saying that she was in a previous video. Something about black men, of course. A previous video. And she was in the chat kikiing and ha-haing. She wasn't saying, "Oh, this isn't all black men. This isn't all the relationships." No, she wouldn't say that with a black man. No, we have to speak in absolutes when it comes to black men. But how dare you imply even to not even to any type of serious, like I would say a degree of like implying that this is, all interracial relationships. How dare you even put this out here that this interracial relationship failed? How dare you don't do what all these other dusties do and portray the glamorous lights and all this? How dare you show negativity in these relationships? How dare you? How dare you, you know, somewhat speak in a way of absolutes with Brad? But, no, we only speak in absolutes with black men. We don't even nowhere near go to speak absolutes with Brad. How dare you attack Brad? How dare you attack God? How dare you? This what these women, this is their thought process. This is the mental illness. So she put on the cape. Previous vid, Cynthia in the live stream, you can go watch. She said, this woman wasn't had no problem when I was talking about black men. But when I said one thing about Brad, oh no, 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 no. How dare you? Hell no. Fuck no. So she went in, super chatting, spending her money to defend and cape for Brad. And I'm sitting back in awe at the stupidity and foolishness of these Negroes. And I could only shake my head in disbelief at the stupidity and the caping and the deification and worship of Brad. And I had to sit back and I had to be like, well, damn. Then we got to go to Chrisse. Because like I said with Chrisse, I said in my last video, she's kind of level-headed and whatnot. But after further looking into Chrisse and her hypocrisy, her foolishness, I have to kind of recant on that. I have to kind of go back on that because Chrisse, now y'all remember the George Floyd situation. And anybody with a heart, with some manner of a soul, with righteousness in them, would see that George Floyd situation. And mind you, I'm not going to go into the George Floyd situation and my beliefs on that and all that because, I'll be called a conspiracy theorist and whatever. Just know that the George Floyd stuff was a psyop. I'm not even going to go into that. I get into all my beliefs, like I said in the video, all types of stuff. But that was a psyop. They say, okay, George Floyd, the knee on his neck, they say he died, right? Okay, he couldn't breathe. That's what they say was going on. Okay, so if you're just looking at this with all of this information before you and you believe in all this, we're saying that George Floyd had the cop had his knee on his neck, and you look at that and you were to just look at it and just, okay, you're interpreting only what you're seeing right there at that moment. You would be like, okay, this is evil. This is wicked. This is sick. But no. With Chrisse, here's the thing. When I further investigation, when I went to her channel and saw what she was, I guess during the time of the George Floyd stuff, she uploaded a video. There was two, but there was one video that she uploaded where it was basically, because you gotta understand, George Floyd was with a white woman. Y'all know about this burn the cape shit and all this bullshit, these dumb niggas. So we have the George Floyd situation, and he was a white woman, so this insecurity, and I'm gonna get into the insecurity in another video also, because it's an insecurity for you to focus on the white woman he's with, and the dude, that the way he died and how that was so sick. All you can focus about is a white woman. That the insecurity of that is, when you talk about the insecurity, this is a serious insecurity. This is something I ain't never seen. But so we have the George Floyd situation. And she uploads a video where the woman he was with, a white woman, mind you, he wasn't married to her, didn't have no kids by her, but okay, we still gonna worry about that. And mind you, he had a black daughter with a black woman, of course. But okay, and I think the daughter was dark skinned, but it don't matter because he was with a white woman. But okay, so she uploads a video where a white woman, she basically was like, George Floyd want us to forgive the cops. Now you can take that as you want, as you may, whatever. regardless that she said that bullshit, what does that have to do with him, though? Just because his girlfriend said we should forgive the cops, what does that have to do with George Floyd? This goes into the lack of, any amount of freaking understanding of anything that these idiots have. It's really the hatred of not only black men, but the insecurity when it comes to Becky. We'll get into another video. Because what else can I say it is besides that? I mean, seriously, this is all you focus on? You can say hashtag burn the cape all you want, but I mean, the way he died, they say he died and all this. It's like, this is all you think about is the what? That's the first thing. Oh, did he have a white woman? I mean, this is stupidity. It's stupidity. But anyway, so that's what Chrissy wanted to upload. And then another video she uploaded during that same time was a black man who had a painting of, I guess, a black girl who was at a protest. And, she was dark skinned. So, Chrissy had to go in on that. It was basically, that black man who made the painting. And these are the only two things she wanted to talk about. And I'm just like, I don't know if she made a comment. Maybe she made a comment that this was messed up. I'm pretty sure she would say that. But this is what you make videos about it. And this is what you're so focused on. Like, I gotta kind of have to look at you side-eyed. And I have to step back on Chrissy. The foolishness and hypocrisy of her. I'll go into her more maybe in another video. But with that being said, Chrissy, this drama with Cynthia G and Chrissy. And another thing. She also was going, like I said, it's not really just Cynthia G and Chrissy. Nyla says is in there too, and Taz, Taz. And Nyla. Now here's an interesting thing with Nyla. I kind of partially watched the live stream this Chrissy made where she was like basically responding to Cynthia G. And I was hearing and other stuff, that Chrissy was kind of going in more somewhat on Nyla. And see, now, if that's the case, I know exactly why she was going in more on Nyla, and I'm pretty sure some of you might know as well. The reason she went in more on Nyla, if she was going in more on Nyla than anything, is because you gotta understand, Nyla is light-skinned. Nyla's light-skinned, so we already know what that was about. I mean, come on now, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. Nyla is light-skinned, and on top of that, on top of her light skin, because Chris talks about colorism and dark skin and all of this, and divine dark skin. And I'm gonna go into I have to make a video about Chrissy and the hypocrisy and foolishness of this divine dark skin crap and all this dark skin and the colorism. Because I might have to go in on her head, man. But Chrissy talks about this dark skinned woman and all this. So why she went on Nyla somewhat, because Nyla's light skinned, and on top of that, Nyla's an attractive woman. Nyla's pretty. That's the type of woman. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's Nyla's literally like kind of like the type of woman that I'm like, yeah, she attractive. That's the type of woman that's like in the realm of like my type of female women. So I'm like, yeah, she's light skinned and she's attractive. So you already know that Chrissy was gonna go in on her head. She was gonna go and she was gonna attack Nyla too. Now, mind you, when I watched the live stream with Cynthia G, Nyla didn't say nothing against Chrissy, man. She didn't say nothing about Chrissy. She didn't even attack Chrissy in any way. She just didn't. She didn't attack Chrissy. So the fact that she want to go in on Nyla as well, as if Nyla just always obsessed with Chrissy, and I don't even watch Nyla's channel, but I'm pretty sure Nyla doesn't say nothing about Chrissy on her channel. Come on now. Like, yo, nigga, Nyla don't say nothing about Chrissy. Cynthia G and Nyla don't be talking about Chrissy like this. But yeah, Chrissy will sit up here and try to make it seem like Cynthia G's always bringing her up. And yet when I used to watch Cynthia G, she never brought up Chrissy. And if she were, it would be maybe in a live stream where, let's say Chrissy, is someone super chat something and she reads the super chat and Chrissy's name's in there. She's obviously gonna read her name. That's probably the only time she ever said. Cynthia G's never said anything negative about Chrissy. I know, but they're gonna push this narrative. You got her dusty followers who wanna say, yeah, she always talks about you, and that's a straight lie. I mean, I got to be honest with this. As much as I find Cynthia G to be, on some foolishness as well to a degree, I'm not going to sit up here and lie on her. She ain't never really been saying nothing about, she ain't never said nothing about Chrissy. Come on now. But that's what they going to do to start drama. These be the same women, mind you. It's talking about they divested and they hashtag divested and live it up. But yet, all they do is sit around and start drama. Where's Brad? Brad ain't doing his job. Because this is what you doing. And furthermore, like I said, Cynthia G never said nothing about Chrissy. So it makes me wonder what this is actually about, because she didn't say nothing negative about Chrissy in the video. She wasn't going at Chrissy in any type of way in the video. So I have to sit back and wonder what this actually is. And Nyla Says didn't say nothing about her like that either. Now, I honestly believe the Nyla Says thing is because she's light-skinned and she's attractive, and we already know she had to get on her head. And then with Cynthia G, you see, because Cynthia G was the man when I upload this video. Because see, what it actually is about is Chrissy, this is the Cape of Brad, you see. You can't get on here, attacking Brad. Oh, hell no. We got to put on that cape and we got to start flying like superwoman to defend Brad. So Chrissy wasn't having that shit. See, this is what it was actually about, because ain't nobody attacked Chrissy. Chrissy wants to sit up here and act like, Cynthia's always talking about her and gonna listen, I guess, to her, some of her followers that's saying that. First off, why are your followers, if they were, even watching Cynthia G like that? Cynthia G doesn't talk about any of this stuff. You talk about Chrissy, so why would they be watching her? And if they do, it's because, these same dusty divestors, though they've divested, they still want to hear negative things about black men. So they'll watch Cynthia G because they don't have a life. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it serious. They're miserable. This is what it is. So they will sit back and listen to these negative things about black men when they should be worried about, doing what they need to do. So we have the foolishness, right? The foolishness that Chrissy's want to say that Cynthia G always talking about her, and someone has always been telling me that she's been saying stuff about it. No, she hasn't. No, she hasn't. The fact that she wants to take what her viewers are saying on face value and they can't send her any substantial evidence that Cynthia G said anything about her only shows that it has nothing to do with that. Because nobody sent her nothing about Cynthia G saying nothing, because Cynthia G hasn't said nothing. They can't send no substantial evidence to prove their points because it's not true. And I'm not going to sit up here and lie on Cynthia G as much as I find her content to be somewhat foolishness. I'm not going to lie. She ain't said anything about Chrissy. And the fact that they trying to sit up here and lie on Cynthia G is hilarious. It's hilarious because it's the Cape of Brad is what it is. It's the Cape of Brad. It's the Cape of Brad. Yo, this is crazy. The deification and worship of Brad, the Cape of Brad. And I'm like, well, goddamn. Y'all really, and it's funny because these same women who go around, the most educated women, sitting up here, taking just what someone says to you and not providing evidence of Cynthia G saying something about you. You just gonna listen to your subscribers, your viewers. You don't even know who your viewer. You don't know who that person is saying that Cynthia G said that. You just gonna listen to them because you want to attack Cynthia G, and really because you wanted to. I honestly feel like this is about going at Nyla because she's light skinned and attractive and caping for Brad. This is what I think this is. And then you have, like I said, you want to listen to a viewer say that Cynthia G said something about you. That's foolishness. Just listen to a viewer. Are you serious? But this is what they do. And I'm just like, okay, this is what it is. The Cape of Brad. It's just a complete foolishness that I see. But what can I say else? That's all I got to say in this video. Hit the like button, subscribe, whatever. If you want to dislike the vid, go ahead. If you're one of the triggered Dusties, go ahead and dislike. Hey, thanks for the view, Dusty. But I'm out.